I don't think anyone could deny that Jujutsu Kaisen has become quite the sensation in the last 24 hours. To see it still on the trending of YouTube, even though it fell from the top 5 and now it's in the top 15, the fact that it's a day later and it is still trending though, does speak volumes just about how popular Jujutsu Kaisen is. And obviously, with any popularity, with anything that has obviously reached a different level of hype and just discussion around it, there's going to be those that obviously are not going to feel that hype, they're not going to feel happy, and they're going to be very upset with the series. However, criticism is another thing that I think everything should have. Like, criticism is very important for any story, for any series, because obviously it leads to discussion, and it leads for a better understanding of the product, and maybe for a product to get better. And in this case, I always think it's good to be able to discuss and critique characters, story, everything, because, like I said, it's fascinating. I think it's really important. And so, when it comes, to popularity, critique and then hate, go hand in hand. That always comes along with it. And there's a fine line between both, but obviously it's a fine line that sometimes mixes in between the two, and it gets muddied sometimes. But the point of the matter is that what's going on now in the last 24 hours is that there is a huge amount of conversation around this video. Now, this video was uploaded 2 months ago. I don't know if this is the original uploader or not. I have no idea, but this is the channel that was linked to me. And what you're seeing here is a fan animation for basically this exact same scene in the Jujutsu Kaisen trailer that we got yesterday. And, I'm going to show the animation clip real quick. This is the OG. Like, this is the clip that we got yesterday that's official for the series. I want to let you see this, and then I'm going to show you the fan animation. So, this right here is after, like, the credits. You see, Sukuna appear, and then you see the credits start to play again, and you just have this very short sequence, but it's this fire effect going on, and you just see Sukuna charging. Like, he's charging an attack. And that's basically the final sequence of this trailer. And obviously, if you've watched this trailer and all that, you don't know anything else, it's literally hype-inducing. And this is a really hype frame because it's like, oh crap, Sukuna, he's going to be doing some stuff. Because obviously you can see the markings on Yuji's face. He's going to be doing some crusty stuff most likely. So, yeah, it's very hype-inducing. However, this is the fan animation that someone created 2 months ago. And I'm just going to let it play for itself where you can kind of see. And basically, this is someone going out of the way with passion and love for the product, basically giving a fan animation of probably one of their favorite scenes. And obviously, looking at this, it's completely beautiful. It's legitimately beautiful. It looks great. And I honestly am impressed. Like, I'm assuming one person did this, like, literally only one person animated this entire sequence, and even though it isn't, like, the best thing of all time, it legit is pretty. And I do have to commend anyone that worked on this, like the hand movement and all that. I don't know exactly all the intricacies to be able to do these little details, but there is a lot of hard work, I think, that was obviously put into this brief video. And I think that, looking at this, and then you look at this, there's obviously a clear distinction. There's a huge distinction of the colors, the way it shines, in comparison to, obviously, the official we got yesterday. And so, which leads into the main discussion that has been going on in the community for the last 20 or so hours, is that people are saying that this fan animation is better than this. Now, I'm just going to be blunt, okay? I want to be completely blunt here. I do like this fan animation. I think that there's probably a lot of work that's put into this. And shout outs to Nick Graphics, if Nick is the one that actually did this. Like, if he did work on this, this truly is his product. Shout outs to them. They did a really good job with this. It looks beautiful. And obviously, this entire little sequence is a labor of love. It's passion. I'm assuming that this is someone that really loves Jujutsu Kaisen, and they wanted to make an animation sequence of one of their favorite scenes. Simple enough. And so, obviously, when you get these comparisons, people are now comparing the fan animation into the actual official, and it's becoming an incredibly toxic conversation. That people are saying, oh, this fan animation is absolutely garbage. People are saying that the trailer is absolutely garbage. And then people are saying that, they both are good. It's both sides. But the point of the matter is that, there's been a lot of toxicity of people saying, oh, Mappa, is doing a bad job, etc. And I want to kind of dive into this with my very limited knowledge on art and animation, because I'm not going to act like I know everything. I'm no artist and all that, and I don't know how difficult it is to do every single little detail. I know it's difficult. You can see that the way this is done, this looks more effects in CGI'd when I see the fan animation. And when I look at the official, it looks obviously more hand-drawn, or maybe digital drawn. Regardless, there is a big distinction with the line work and how, like, everything blends in properly with the color palette. Like the way the shading goes on to Sukuna, it blends very well. While when you look at this fan animation, like I said, it looks good. But the colors, obviously, you could see that, one person worked on it, was a labor of love, but clearly there's just too much going on here, at least in my opinion. And the thing is that people are using this as ammo against this, and vice versa. And I think that is very disrespectful to both sides, because I'm going to say this again, that the person that made this obviously loves Jujutsu Kaisen. You don't make this. Like, reading their description here, this is what I've been working on for the past month. I hope you guys like it. You don't make this and work on this for probably a month if you don't love something. You gotta have passion. And I think that this is a very commendable thing that any Jujutsu Kaisen fan should be happy to see. Just a labor of love from an individual. And I think that, these comparisons are really just tarnishing the hard work of people that go out of their way to just showcase their love and muddy the waters, so to speak. And I just think that, it's crazy to me, because it's like, you have a full team that's obviously working on this show, and then you have just probably a single individual that's working on this, which, once again, impressive. I just found out about this literally yesterday. Like, I was happy for JJK. And then I saw a lot of people discussing, like, this screenshot. And I was like, well, why? Why is people discussing this and putting this down? And then, obviously, I found out. I was like, really? So, yeah, just wanted to talk about that. I mean, once again, shout-outs to Nick Graphics here. I think that they did a good job with this. No hate to them. I want to leave them a like as well, because I actually do like this. I respect anyone that obviously shows a labor of love and passion for something. Like, if you've ever sat down and, let's say, watched, like, Tokyo Ghoul fan animations, I don't know how many of you guys have ever done that, but there's some pretty good, like, Tokyo Ghoul fan animations for some really iconic scenes that were never done in the anime, and I really respect the passion, because sometimes fans go the extra mile than even the main creators, because obviously they're not really making any money from it, they're just doing it out of love. So that's my 2 cents. I don't know, I wanted to kind of be a voice of reason in this, because I've been seeing a lot of it, and I wanted to talk about it because I felt like, I saw a post actually, and I was just like, I agree with this post. All of them cooked. I think they all did cook, and I'm glad to see that, all 3 of these individuals, they're getting praise. There is, some support around this and all that, and it's not all negative or negativity, but I'm glad to see more people supportive, saying, like, all 3 are good. The manga's good, the fan animation's good, and the anime adaptation is good. And I don't know what's been going on recently, but there's been, like, an upsurge of, if something isn't exactly identical to the manga, like 1-to-1, it's awful. Like, straight awful. Like, you remember that whole stuff with Gojo a few weeks back? It's just, like, it's crazy. But, yeah, I wanted to talk about this. I felt it was a very fascinating topic, and also wanted to kind of give a shout out to this fan animation, because, like I said, it is good, and I do respect this type of work. But, anyways, be safe, stay healthy, everyone. Chibi out.